Unemployment claims are surging as businesses shut their doors during this pandemic. Our national correspondent Jericka Duncan has been talking to small business owners and laid off employees who are trying to stay afloat. Jericka, good morning.
Good morning to you all. You know, the number of businesses that are facing closures right now is staggering. In fact, some experts predict that 7 million people could lose their jobs between April and June. And the unemployment rate is expected to skyrocket to 9% by later this year. For many, it is just unclear right now how long the economy and their livelihoods will be paralyzed by this pandemic.
Greg Fletcher and his business partners spent 2 years preparing to open Axe and Arrow Brewery in New Jersey. Now, just 2 weeks away from their one-year anniversary, the business is facing an uncertain future.
What's your concern for business owners like yourself?
There's a real threat to a lot of small businesses. We're paycheck to paycheck, week to week. That revenue has to come in, or it's problematic.
Fletcher says they have a small cash reserve and their customers are still able to pick up beer to go. When we talked to him Sunday afternoon, he'd only made 2 sales that day. One during our interview.
How scary is that for you?
It's worrying, yeah. If this obviously extends out into 3 weeks, it's not going to be enough to cover all of our expenses.
He stopped scheduling his 4 part-time employees as businesses around the country face the same tough decisions. The closures have been especially hard on retail, hospitality, restaurant, and travel industries.
There you go.
Roughly 82 million people, that's 3/5 of the U.S. workforce, are hourly employees. Most won't be paid if they don't work.
I'm scared.
Kanika Rice worked at Johns Hopkins University as a cook, but is now out of a job. She says she makes 65% less on unemployment compared to her regular pay and says it's not enough to support her 3 children.
What I get in unemployment is just enough to survive on a daily basis where I'm at now.
Kelly and Nathan, who asked us not to use their last names, decided to leave New York City to move in with family in Virginia. Nathan lost his job as a coordinator for a nonprofit. Kelly's job in retail e-commerce was furloughed without pay.
It's all very uncertain at this point. But yeah, if and when I get the call to come back to work, I will be there without a doubt.
Full disclosure, Kelly is my cousin, but as you all know, this pandemic is infecting everyone. Here's something else to consider when you talk about the economy. 18 million people pay more than half of their income to their housing. So take that into consideration. You miss a paycheck, and now you're looking at not being able to pay your rent or your mortgage. Experts saying that you should reach out to your banks and also your landlord to see what kind of arrangements you can make to delay those payments if needed.
Yeah, Jericka, that's well taken. I mean, if you skip the virus, everyone is infected by the economic flu that's going around here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's an economic crisis as well as a health crisis.
The ripple effect never, ever ends.
Yeah,
it does seem, though, that people want to be more accommodating these days. Yeah. I hope that is the case.
Yeah, indeed.
They want to help you out.
All right, Jericka, thank you.